Hello my dear student friends, this is an educational video in which I will solve HSLC question papers from 2015 to 2020. First of all, I will solve 2015 question paper. In 2015 question paper, section A, the first question is, in the following real numbers, which one is non-terminating repeating decimal expansion? The options are root 3, pi, 1 by 7 and 13 by 125. Root 3 is an irrational number. So therefore the decimal expansion of an irrational number is non-terminating and non-repeating. We are asked to check which one is non-terminating repeating. So this will get cancelled. Now pi is also an irrational number. So the decimal expansion of this also will be non-terminating, non-repeating. Now let us check these two numbers which are in the form p by q. We will check the denominator of both these two numbers, that is q, and we will find the prime factors of the denominators. The prime factors of 7 is 7 into 1 and the prime factors of 125 is 5 cube. Now see, this 125 can be written in the form 2 power n 5 power m, as because we know that a to the power 0 is equal to 1. So I can express this, or I can write this as 2 to the power 0 into 5 cube, because 2 to the power 0 is 1, 1 into 5 cube is 125. So the number which can be expressed in this form will not give non-terminating repeating decimal expansion, but the number which cannot be expressed in this form, that is 2 power n and 5 power m, will give non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So in this case 1 by 7 will, so in this case 1 by 7 is not in the form, or it cannot be expressed in the form 2 power n and 5 power m. So option C will be the correct answer in this case. Now let us move to question number 2. See, in question number 2, it is given that find the correct answer. Root 7 is, the options are an integer, a rational number, a prime number, an irrational number. So we know that any number which is under root, if it is not a square number, then it is an irrational number. See, in this case I have given some examples, I have cited some examples here, root 1, root 4, root 9, root 16, root 25, etc. These all numbers under root are square numbers, so these are rational numbers. But root 7 is not a square number, 7 is not a square number, so the correct answer will be an irrational number. Question number 3, it is given that sum of the zeros of the cubic polynomial p of x is equal to 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3 is, and the options are 5, 11, 3 and 5 by 3. So we know that the formula for sum of zeros is minus b by a. See, the coefficient of x cube is a, the coefficient of x square is b, the coefficient of x is c, and this is constant term. So minus b, this is minus, and b is minus 5. So I have written here minus 5 divided by a is 3. Minus minus will become positive, 5 by 3. So in this case 5 by 3 will be the required answer. Next to question number 4. See, in question number 4, the question is under what condition roots of the quadratic equation x square minus px plus q is equal to 0 will be real and unequal. See, the roots of the quadratic equation, see the quadratic equation given to us is x square minus px plus q, right? So the roots of the quadratic equation will be real and unequal if discriminant, which is denoted by capital D, that is b square minus 4ac, this is discriminant. If it is greater than 0, then only we will get real and unequal roots. Now let us find out the discriminant in this case. So the formula for discriminant is b square minus 4ac. See, in this case, coefficient of x square is a, coefficient of x is b, and this is constant term b square. So b is minus p. I have written here minus p square. B square minus 4ac. A, the coefficient of x square is a, this is 1, and c is q. So I have written here 4ac. So I got p square minus 4q. Now this is discriminant. If discriminant is greater than 0, then only the roots will be real and unequal. So discriminant p square minus 4q is greater than 0 is the correct option in this case. Now let us move to question number 5. So the question number 5, it is given that if the sides of two similar triangles are in the ratio 4:9, then the areas of the triangles are in the ratio, option A is 2:3, option B is 4:9, option C is 81:16, and option D is 16:81. See, in chapter number 6 of class 10, there is a theorem that if two triangles are similar to each other, then the ratio of the areas of these triangles will be equal to the square of the ratio of the corresponding sides. See, it is given that the sides are in the ratio 4:9, right? What we are asked to find? We are asked to find the area of the triangles are in the ratio of the area of these triangles. So the ratio of the area of the triangles will be the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. The corresponding sides are in the ratio 4:9, so 4/9 whole square, 4 square is 16, 9 square is 81. So correct option in this case will be 16:81. Now let us come to question number 6. See, in question number 6, it is given distance between the points 1, 0 and -1, 0 is, the options are 0, √2, 1 and 2. Let us check. See, let us assume the initial distance as p and the final distance as q. And the coordinate of p, let us take 1, 0, and the coordinates of point q -1, 0. So this will be x1, this will be y1, this will be x2, and this will be y2. We know that the distance formula, to find the distance of any 2 points, we know that the formula is root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Now we have substituted the value. X1 is 1, 1 minus x2 is -1, so I have written here -1 whole square plus y1 is 0, I have written here 0, minus y2 is 0, 0. So root over 1 minus plus 1 whole square plus 0 minus 0 whole square will be 0 only. So 1 plus 1 is 2 whole square. Now this square and this root will get cancelled and the correct option will be 2. So in this case the correct option will be D, that is 2. Now let us move to question number 7. See, in question number 7, the question is, if the angle of elevation of the sun is 45 degree, then the ratio between the tower and its shadow is. The options are 1:1, 1:√2, √2:1, and 1:√3. So let us assume a right angled triangle. Right angle at B. The angle of elevation will be angle A here in this case. The angle of elevation, it is given 45 degree. We are asked to find the ratio between the tower and the shadow. So this is tower and this is shadow. Tower is perpendicular and shadow is base. So we know that sine is perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos is base by hypotenuse, and tan is perpendicular or base. So this is perpendicular and this is base. So perpendicular and base comes under tan theta. So we will write tan 45 degree. See, tan 45 degree. Tan 45 degree is perpendicular by base. So perpendicular is BC and base is AB. So I have written here BC by AB. The formula of tan 45 is 1, which is equal to BC by AB. In denominator, if there is nothing, means there is 1. So the ratio of BC and AB, I got 1:1. So the correct option will be 1:1. 1:1 will be the correct option. Now number 8. See, in question number 8, the question is, area of a sector of angle P in degrees of a circle with radius capital R is. The options are P by 180 into 2 pi R, P by 180 into pi R square, P by 360 into 2 pi R, and P by 720 into 2 pi R square. So if we assume a circle with center as O, then radius, it is given to us as capital R. So we will assume the radius as capital R, and this is theta, and this theta, it is given as angle P. So we will assume this theta as P, and this is sector, and we know that the area of a sector is theta by 360 into pi R square. So theta is P by 360 into pi R square. In place of R, I will write capital R square. So let us see the options. Now options do not match with this. Any of the options do not match with this. So we will have to check. See, these two, I will cancel this 2 with 720. 2 3s are 6, 1 to 12, 2 6 are 12, and 0. So 2 360s are 720. Now see, P by 360 into pi R square, it matches with this one. So this and this is equal. So the correct option will be D in this case. Now let us come to question number 9. See, in question number 9, it is given that the wickets taken by a bowler in 10 cricket matches are as follows: 2, 6, 4, 5, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. Mode of the data is. Now how to find the mode? In the series, the number which came maximum number of time will be the mode of the given data. So we can observe that in this series 3 has come maximum number of times. So 3 will be the mode of this data. So 3 will be the correct option in this case. Now let us go to question number 10. See, in question number 10, it is given that a die is thrown once. The probability of getting a prime number is. Options are 1 by 6, 5 by 6, 1 by 2, and 1 by 3. Now we know that probability of any event is number of outcomes favorable to E, that is event, divided by number of all possible outcomes of the experiment. Now here the event is prime number. We are asked to find the prime number. So probability of prime number will be, in a die there are 6 total outcomes. So in denominator we will write all the outcomes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are asked to find the prime number. In numerator, number of outcomes favorable to E, the event is prime number. So out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. So there are 3 prime numbers. So I will write here 3. 3 by 6. Now we will cancel it. 3 1 are 3, 3 2 are 6. The correct, so I will get the answer as 1 by 2. So in this case, the correct option will be 1 by 2. Now let us go to question number 11. In question number 11, the value of 1 plus tan square theta by 1 plus cot square theta is, the options are sec square theta, minus 1, cot square theta, and tan square theta. So we will write the given portion here. 1 plus tan square theta by 1 plus cot square theta. We know that 1 minus tan square theta is sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is cosec square theta. Sec square theta can be written as 1 by cos square theta. This by will be replaced by this symbol. If I replace this by with this division symbol, and I will write the value of cosec square theta. The value of cosec square theta is 1 by sin square theta. Now I have written 1 by cos square theta here. Now I will change the symbol. If division sign changes to multiplication sign, then this the number after division, the value after division gets reciprocate. It gets reversed. Numerator becomes the denominator and denominator becomes the numerator. So 1 by sin square theta will become sin square theta by 1. So sin square theta into 1 is sin square theta, cos square theta into 1 is cos square theta. So sin by cos we know tan. So therefore sin square theta by cos square theta will be tan square theta. So in this case, the correct option will be tan square theta. Now let us go to question number 12. This is last question of section A. Three metallic spheres of radii 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted to form a single solid sphere. The radius of the resulting sphere is, the options are 12 cm, 24 cm, 48 cm and 480 cm. So we are given three different spheres of different radii. We will melt it and we will form a new sphere. We are asked to find the radius of the new sphere. So resulting sphere will be equal to sum of these three melted spheres. So I have written here resulting sphere is equal to sum of three melted spheres, and the formula for and the volume of sphere is 4 by 3. This resulting sphere, this one, 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. I will assume the radius of the resulting sphere as capital R. So I have written here capital R. 4 by 3 pi capital R cube, and this I will assume R1, and this I will assume R2, and this radius I will assume R3. So 4 by 3 pi R1 cube plus 4 by 3 pi R2 cube plus 4 by 3 pi R3 cube. Now I will write 4 by 3 pi R cube as it is equal to, see in this case 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi and 4 by 3 pi is common. So I have taken common here, and R1 cube, R2 cube, R3 cube I have written here, which implies, or see here, 4 by 3 pi and 4 by 3 pi will get cancelled. Now R cube will remain here. R cube is equal to, now I will write the value of R1, R2 and R3. See in the question, R1, R2 and R3 is given as 6, 8 and 10 centimeter. So 6 cube plus 8 cube plus 10 cube, which implies R cube is equal to 6 cube is 216, 8 cube is 512 and 10 cube is 1000. Which implies R cube is equal to, if we add these three, we will get 1728. It is 1728. Now cube transpose to this side will become cube root. Now this can be written as 12 cube. 12 cube is 1728. So cube and cube root will get cancelled and the answer will be 12. So in this case, the correct option will be 12 centimeter. And in my next video, I will solve section B of 2015. Thank you.